Hello students. In last sessions we completed our NCERT exercise and now we switch over to the NCERT exemplar problems and their solutions. So first we start with a multiple choice questions. Here they given in the exemplar solution, so it's a one correct answer, and after the another type of multiple choice questions where you have a more than one correct answer. But at presently we are focusing on a certain multiple choice questions which can be given with a one answer. Okay, so what's the given? The order of reactivity of following alcohols with halogen acid is. We know that this alcohol is primary in nature, this is secondary in nature, and it's a tertiary in nature. We know that these particular reactions, when alcohol is converted into halide with the help of halogen acid, is a one type of nucleophilic substitutions reactions. And in this case, nucleophilic substitutions reactions, the rate of reaction is tertiary to secondary to primary due to their stability of carbocation. So our answer is like that, CBA. Next one. Which of the following alcohols will yield the corresponding alkyl chloride on reactions with concentrated HCl at room temperature? So here the question is like that. Which of the following alcohol will yield the corresponding, but mind well, concentrated H2S in room temperature? So this alcohol is primary in nature, this is secondary in nature, this is also primary in nature, it's a tertiary in nature. So at room temperature, tertiary alcohol gives a very good, because it's more reactive, because due to this tertiary carbocation, and we know that tertiary carbocation is compared to the primary and secondary, it's a very stable in nature. So the rate of reaction is quite good in the case of tertiary alcohol. Next is number 3. The number 3 they given like that. Identify the compound Y in the following reactions. I want to identify the compound Y in the following reactions. So first they give the aniline, so NH2. When it's a diazotization reactions in presence of NaNO2 plus 2HCl, right? So first they give the benzene diazonium chloride, and this benzene diazonium chloride is further react with cuprous chloride. We know that this reaction is Saint-Mayer reactions, and in the case of Saint-Mayer reactions we get a chlorobenzene. Next one is toluene reacts with a halogen in presence of iron 3 chlorides, giving ortho and para halo compound. Once again, in presence of iron 3 chloride, we know that this iron 3 chloride is a Lewis acid, and this Lewis acid always gives ortho and para halo compound. So our point is electrophilic substitutions reactions. Next one, number 5. Which of the following is halogen exchange reactions? Halogen exchange means we have to exchange halogen with the help of halogen. So either Schwarz reactions or Finkelstein reactions. So in this case, number 1 is a Finkelstein reactions where your X is displaced with this I and we get a Ri. Number 2 reaction is the addition reactions. Number 3 reaction is definitely substitutions reaction, but it's not definitely it's a halogen exchange, but not both halogen exchange, right? And last one is it's not a halogen exchange process, it's a electrophilic substitutions reactions. Now next question is like that. Number 6. The number 6 question they given like that. Which reagent will you use for the following reaction? Here CH3, CH2, CH3, CH3, it's a butane, is converted into 1-chlorobutane and 2-chlorobutane. We know that this 2-chlorobutane is major in nature compared to the 1-chlorobutane. But this reaction is a simple free radical substitution reaction, and always free radical substitution reactions requires a light. So in presence of Cl2 and UV light, not in dark, because if the compound is chlorine, and then we have to use a UV light. But if compound is F2, definitely the reaction is performed under the dark conditions too, due to the small size of fluorine. Now number 7 they like that. Arrange the following compounds in the increasing order of their densities. We know that density is based on your molecular weight. So benzene compared to the chlorobenzene having a lower molecular weight, because chlorine is having a 35.5 its atomic weight, so it's increased compared to the benzene, right? Benzene we know that it's a 78 plus 35.5. So here in this case 2 chlorine. So compared to this chlorobenzene, it increased in molecular weight, and here bromine in place of chlorine. So definitely this is the order 1, 2, 3, 4. It's an increasing order for the densities. Nothing new about that. Arrange the following compounds in increasing order of their boiling points. I want to first boiling points. Boiling points, we know that this is primary in nature, this is tertiary in nature, and this is also primary in nature. We know that in the case of any tertiary type of compound having a intermolecular distance is quite good. So it means that their van der Waals attraction is too low. But in the case of primary, their intermolecular distance is short, right? So in this case, both are primary in nature. Tertiary is the last one, right? So what about these two primary? Because this is branch in nature and this is linear in nature. So if the branch is present, it means that the intermolecular distance is increasing. So our order is like that: first 3, then 1, and then 1, and then 2. Okay. What about the next question? In which of the following molecules carbon atom marked with ester is asymmetric, right? So we know that iodine, bromine, chlorine, hydrogen all are different, so it's a chiral in nature. Definitely this is also chiral in nature, this is also chiral in nature, but this is not chiral in nature because fourth one is different. Definitely it's a different. So 1, 2, 3 is our answer. Next, which of the following structures is enantiomeric with the molecule A given below? So what is the meaning of molecule? Because the configuration, if we configurations inverse, so bromine C2H5, or sometimes we have to write like that CH3 C2H5, because in the case of enantiomers, your mirror image of A is definitely not superimposable on. So this compound are the enantiomer of the compound. So definitely it's the first structure, because here the configuration is CH3 C2H5 and CH2. But okay, fine. So is inverse with reference to bromine and C2H5. Clear? Fine. Next one. Which of the following is an example of vicinal dihalide? Vicinal means adjacent positions, not at a fixed positions. So 1,2-dichloroethane is it's an adjacent position, it's a neighboring positions, so it's a vicinal dihalide. Here they do not mention what is the number of dichloro, either 1,1 or 1,2. They do not particularly. Dichloromethane, it's a simple 1,1 dichloromethane. So it's a geminal, not in vicinal. While ethylidene chloride, it's a geminal in nature, because ethylidene means 1,1, and allyl chloride is not because allyl chloride is a simple chloride, it's not a dihalide. Okay. Now number 12, the position of bromine in the compound in CH3 CH double bond C BrCl3. Here bromine connecting carbon is connected with a carbon having a double bond, so it's a definitely allylic group. Next one. Chlorobenzene is formed by the reactions of chlorine with benzene in presence of AlCl3. Mind well, this AlCl3 is a Lewis acid, and this Lewis acid when reacts with a chlorine, so they form a Cl+, and this Cl+ is an electrophile, so which is attack on the electron rich benzene ring. So Cl+. Next one, ethylidene chloride. What they suggest, ethylidene. Right, so ethylidene is a definitely geminal dihalide. Next one, what is A in the following reactions? So here in this case A, so it's a Markovnikov rule, and it's an asymmetric alkene. So lesser number of hydrogen containing carbon is joined with a more electronegative portion of your reagent. So our answer is definitely C. Clear? Next one, a primary alkyl halide would prefer to what? Primary always gives a SN2 mechanism due to less steric hindrance. Next one. Which of the following alkyl halides will undergo SN1? Mind well, SN1. All are tertiary in nature, all are same in nature, but only difference that we have to observe is fluorine, chlorine and bromine and iodine. We know that the size of iodine is quite good, so it's a best living group. So rate of the reactions or most readily reactions of this SN1, your answer is D. Next one, which of the correct IUPAC name of the of this compound. So definitely we give the number from here 1, 2, 3 and 4 because 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's a 2-methyl. It's a 1-bromo 2-methyl butane. Simple one. Then what should be the correct IUPAC name for diethyl bromomethane? First you have to draw the structure diethyl bromomethane. So give the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a 3-bromopentane. It's a simple 3-bromopentane. Next one. The reactions of toluene with chlorine in the presence of iron and in the absence of light yields what? Once again, the reactions of toluene with chlorine in presence of iron. So chlorine and iron in the absence of light. So in the absence of light, it means that we have to perform the reactions. It's not a free radical substitutions reactions. It's an electrophilic substitutions reaction, and methyl is the ortho-para directing group. So we get a orthochlorotoluene and para-chlorotoluene. So it's a mixture of B and C. Next one is like that. Chloromethane. What they given? Chloromethane on treatment with excess of ammonia. So when we have to perform the chloromethane, is mainly what? So when chloromethane and excess of ammonia gives a methaneamide. But if chloromethane on treatment with excess of chloromethane or ammonia on treatment with excess of so they give the mixture containing all these in equal proportions. Molecules with whose mirror image is non-superimposable over them are known as chiral. Which of the following molecule is chiral in nature? Definitely it's a 2-bromobutane because this carbon, the 4 different groups are present, so it's a chiral in nature, while the remaining all are having a non-chiral centers. Next one, reactions of C6H5CH2Br. We know that most of the students who says that C6H5CH2Br, sir, it's a primary in nature. So primary in nature, it means that they follow SN2 mechanism. No, it's wrong. Because C6H5CH2Br, when you have to remove bromine, so it's a carbocation. It's a very good carbocation. Definitely, even though primary carbocation, but it's a benzylic carbocation. So due to phenyl ring, due to resonance as well as aromatizations, who stabilize primary carbocation, that's why these reactions of C6H5CH2Br with aqueous sodium hydroxide, what they mention also, aqueous means due to solvation, the energy is needed to break this CH2Br. Okay, so definitely it's a SN1 mechanism. Next one. Which of the carbon atom presents in the molecule given below are asymmetric? So we have to find out either our compound is chiral or non-chiral in nature. So in this case, first one, it's a definitely OH is a different, this is different and all the remaining group, because this is double bond O. So double bond O is sp2. So there is no chirality that we have to see in the case of double bond. Okay. Same here in this case is also not possible, but structure number 2, they having a chiral center because OH is different, H is different, number 1 is different and remaining all is different. Same way 3 is also a chiral in nature. Next one, which of the following compounds will give a racemic mixture on nucleophilic substitution reactions by hydroxide ion? We know that this is nucleophilic by hydroxide. Racemic mixture, it means we have to perform these reactions with the help of SN1. And our compound, racemic means our compound must be optically active in nature. So this is bromine containing carbon is connected with 2. So it's a secondary. Here bromine, it's connected with tertiary. Here bromine is connected with, it's a primary. So more chance in these two, but this compound is not optically active because 2 methyl group are same. So it's not chiral in nature. While this compound is definitely chiral in nature because due to 4 different groups are attached with this carbon, so it's a chiral in nature. And when this compound is chiral in nature, so secondary carbocation is more stable, and now the attack, frontal attack and back attack, rear attack gives a racemic mixture. Now what they suggest that note that in the question number 26 to 29, arrange the compounds in increasing order of the rate of the reactions toward nucleophilic substitutions reaction. Mind well, we have to perform the nucleophilic substitutions reactions. So in this case, number 2, number 3, we know that chlorine is difficult to remove because in the canonical structure of this chlorobenzene, out of 5 canonical structure, 3 canonical structures having a partially double bond characteristics between carbon and chlorine bond. So it's hard to remove. But in this case, nitro group is an electron withdrawing group, so definitely they decrease the double bond characteristics in structure 2. 3 is also having a nitro, but this nitro is at a meta position, so we cannot take part in this resonance phenomena or aromatization phenomena. So we have an answer like, so toughest number 3 and then number 2. So 2 is a very good reactions regarding to the rate. Same way, the same question is asked like that. Chlorobenzene, same way. But here methyl is a donating group, mind well. Methyl is a donator. So it's hard to remove. If they donate the reaction, it means that your double bond characteristics is increasing. Here is also meta group, methyl group, but it a meta position. So our answer is like that. 2 is too much difficult, then 3 and then 1. Right? So this is all about the electrophilic substitutions reactions. Now, the next question is like that. Okay. Chlorobenzene, para nitro. Para is the best positions, no steric hindrance, and here 3 nitro. Okay, answer is clear. Toughest one, then fast and super fast, because these 3 nitro groups, 3 electron withdrawing groups, and already they are present in the ortho and para positions. Next one is like that, Cl methyl and 2 methyl. So it's a tougher one because 2 methyl position, 2 at 2 and 4, which can be participate in your resonating structure. So it's hard to remove chlorine. Same way, compared to this, it's easily removed. And next one, so it's a 3, 2, 1. Now the question is asked like that, which is the correct increasing order of the boiling points of the following compounds? Boiling points. First one, 1 iodopropbutane, 1 bromobutane, 1 chlorobutane and butane. So we know that here iodine, bromine and chlorine compared to the butane. So butane, because chlorine, bromine and iodine, they increase in the molecular weight. If increase in the molecular weight, it means that their van der Waals force is increasing. So our order is like that. Last one is butane, then chloro, then bromo and then iodo. Next one, which is the 31, which is the correct increasing order of the boiling points of the following compounds. Correct? Okay. So here the bromoethane, bromopropane, bromobutane and bromobenzene. All are having a bromo, first one. But in the case of ethane, propane, butane, so the number are increasing. So it means molecular weight are increasing. Benzene is also having a very good molecular weight. So simple way. So first one bromoethane, then bromopropane, then bromobutane and then bromobenzene is the correct order for the increasing with the increasing in mass. So these 31 questions are regarding to the multiple choice questions with only one option. Now we move to the another portion is a multiple choice question, but it's having a more than one option. It's the best reactions. Consider the following reactions and answer the question number 32, 33, 33 and 34. 32 to 34. So what they given? In the case of this OH minus is a very good nucleophile. It's a Lewis base or nucleophile. When it's attack on this primary, mind well, this is primary and non-chiral center. So we get this transition stage. They having a sp2 hybridization and extremely brief existence that we have to observe. And now the fourth structure is regarding to the Walden inversion. So the configuration of 2 and 4 are the different one or the opposite one, and this Cl minus is released is also act as a nucleophile. So what they given? 1 and 5 both are nucleophiles. Definitely both are nucleophiles. It's the correct one. Number 2, in 3 carbon atom is sp3 hybridized. Not at all, it's not sp3. If sp3 hybridized, then it's stable in nature. In 3 carbon atom is sp2 hybridized. Okay, fine, is it true? But 1 and 5 both are electrophiles. Not at all, because if are nucleophiles, then they don't act as electrophiles. Now 33. Which of the following statements are correct about the reactions? Okay. The given reactions follow SN2. Yes, definitely, because it's a presence of primary. Number 2 and number 4. Okay, have a opposite configuration. Yes, due to Walden configuration, Walden inversions, it's a different opposite configuration. 2 and 4 having the same? No, it's not, because B and C both are contradictory statement. And number D, the given reactions follow SN1? No, because A and D are contradictory, so our answer is A and B. Now next one. Which of the following statements are correct about the reactions intermediate? The intermediate 3 is unstable. Yes, definitely is unstable, because in this carbon is added to 5 carbon. Yes, definitely. Intermediate 3 is unstable because carbon atom is sp2 hybridized. No, it's not possible. Intermediate 3 is stable but carbon atom is sp2 hybridized. No, it's not possible. And the intermediate 3 is less stable than the reactant 2. Yes, possible. So A and D both are the correct answer regarding to this question. Okay. Now the new question, which is based on your SN1 mechanisms. So same way they ask the question is like that. Answer the question number 35 to 36 on the basis of the following reactions. What they given? It's a very good nucleophile. Mind well, this chlorine connecting carbon is connected with 2, so it's a secondary in nature, and it's also chiral in nature too. We get a certain type of product. It means that this reactions undergoes, because there is no inversion process that we have to see. We get the structure number 3 and structure number 4. The species, this 4 species is called nucleophile. So 1 and 4 both are nucleophile. There is no transition state. It means that it performs via carbocation and is a SN2. And definitely this 3 is a racemic mixture too. Okay. So which of the following statements are correct about the mechanism of these reactions? A carbocation will be formed as an intermediate in the reaction. Yes, absolutely true. OH minus will attach the substrate 2 from one side and chlorine will leave it simultaneously from the other side. No. First one due to aqueous nature, or due to presence of some protic solvent. First they brought the CCl bond. So first we have to form a carbocation. An unstable intermediate will be formed in which OH minus and Cl minus will be attached by a weak bond. No. Reactions proceed through SN1. Yes, definitely SN1. Now 36 number question. 36 number question, which can be represented like that. Which of the following statements are correct about the kinetics of these reactions? Means we have to focus on the chemical kinetics, where we have to study about the rate of the reactions, and rate of the reaction is based on your order of the reaction. So rate of the reactions depends on the concentration of only 2. Yes, definitely it's only 2. The rate of the reactions depends on the concentration of both 1 and 2. No, because it's a SN1 reaction. Molecularity of the reaction is 1. Yes, because the order of the reaction is 1. So naturally molecular of the reaction is 2. It's not true, right? So A and C are our answer. Next, haloalkanes contain halogen atoms attached to the sp3 hybridized carbon atom of an alkyl group. Identify haloalkanes from the following compounds. So 2-bromopentane, definitely here the bromine connecting carbon is sp3 in nature. Same way trichloromethane is sp3 in nature, but in vinyl chloride, if we draw the structure of this vinyl chloride, so is like that, CH2. Okay, so chlorine containing carbon is sp2, while 2-chloroacetophenone. So 2-chloroacetophenone with 2-chloroacetophenone. Right, which can be, so here the chlorine connected carbon is sp2. So these both 2, B and C, are not sp3 in nature. Next one is given like that. Okay, it's a question number 38. Ethylene chloride and ethylidene chloride are isomers. Yes, definitely both are isomers, because ethylene dichloride and ethylidene chloride both are isomers. Identify, because this is vicinal in nature and this is geminal in nature. So identify the correct statement. Both the compounds form same products on treatment with alcoholic KOH. Yes, if we perform this alcoholic KOH, so 2 times of beta eliminations reactions gives ethyne. Same way here we also get a ethyne, because there is a presence of beta hydrogen. Number 2, what they given number 2? Both the compounds form a same product in treatment with aqueous NaOH. No, because if we perform these reactions with OH and OH, so we get a ethane 1,2 diol. Here is a ethane 1,1 diol, but this diol is not because geminal diol is not stable, it's converted into aldehyde. No, next one, both the compounds form a same product on reduction? Yes, definitely, because this geminal dichloride, when zinc and ethanol presence, they gives a certain type of reactions is like that. While in the case of 1,2-dichloroethane, they give a same product. Okay, fine. And both the compounds are optically active? Not at all, not are optically active. Number 39. Which of the following compounds are geminal dihalides? Definitely it's a ethylidene chloride is a geminal in nature, and methylene chloride is also geminal in nature. Benzyl chloride always having a 1 chlorine, so it's not a geminal in nature. Or in same way, in the case of same way, ethylene dichloride is not a geminal, it's a vicinal dihalide. Next one, number 40. Which of the following are secondary bromides? The meaning of secondary bromides means bromine connected carbon is connected with 2. So it's a secondary in nature. Same way, it's a secondary in nature. So A and C both are secondary in nature. This is primary in nature. Here the bromine connecting carbon. So it's a tertiary in nature. So B and D are not the correct answer about the question number 40. Now, next question is given like that. Which of the following compounds can be classified as a aryl halide? So what is the meaning of aryl halide? Where your chlorine is directly connected with carbon is aryl halide. So definitely first, but this is not aryl halide. Yes, this is aryl halide. And okay, so one in the case number 1. So the compound is like that. So this is chlorine connected carbon and chlorine connected carbon. But here the paramethyl. So chlorine is not connected. Here the ortho bromo is connected with CH2. So it's not connected with a directly to the phenyl ring. 42 number question is like that. Alkyl halides are prepared from alcohols by treating with what? So we know that HCl, ZnCl is a very good option. It's a Lucas test, red phosphorus bromine, but H2SO4 Ki is not possible because H2SO4 and Ki is our prior portion. Ki H3 pure is also possible, but H2SO4 Ki is not possible, and all of this is the wrong one. Alkyl fluorides are synthesized by alkyl chloride or bromide in the presence of, it's a Schwarz reactions, and all Schwarz reactions either in presence of HgF or Hg2F2 or COF2. So we get answer B and C. So this is all about the 43 questions of this exemplar that we have to solve it. And after these sessions, now the next sessions we switch over to the short answer type of questions, right? Thank you very much.